you going to sit differently now? We were just talking that we always forget that there is a video portion of this, and I have like 10 chins.
Well, you're now in
And now, so now
bad seat.
Now I know. Well, now I feel like I've got to sit more like this. Are you sitting differently?
Is something different about the couch
I don't. You're
today?
turning away from me.
Well,
It'd be a weird. Oh.
Sometimes I feel like go full out spread.
Oh.
Like not on purpose, but that's what I was saying. I forget that
you forget people are watching,
and I'll be like spread eagle picking my teeth. No, I'm kidding.
That does not sound on brand for you at all. That sounds like nothing you would ever do. Well, I don't know what you think. Okay. We were debating on what to talk about, and I was going to bring up the weather, and Lanny was like, do not start talking about the weather because that's so fucking boring.
It's just funny when, and listen, some people, it's a very big topic of conversation for people, especially when you
don't know what to talk about.
Small talk.
Yeah.
And I just feel like we're all past that here, but yeah, the comment was funny, which is why
it was about, well, I was talking about the weather. I was actually just going to say also how much nicer people are when the weather is nicer. But I was going to comment because Ryan, which people cannot see, is wearing shorts today, which I just is a bold, Ryan, you've got your mic ready. What are you going to defend your shorts?
I see a 20 on the temperature and it's shorts.
Oh, that's just let's go.
Yeah.
But what's the starting temperature where I feel like you'd wear shorts in 10 degrees?
No, well, I mean, maybe in the fall, no, but like once it gets warmer outside and your body starts getting used to the nicer weather, just everything feels nicer. I'm just wearing shorts. I don't care.
Well, he's a man also that works outside. He's got a temperature control. He got to figure this out.
Right.
Fashion really isn't my forte either, so I'm just gonna wear whatever makes me more comfortable.
Does Sarah have a comment when you if it's like 12, 13 degrees, you put on the shorts? Does she say anything?
No. She lets me just I just wear black every day anyway, so she just
I don't think you don't have style. You still look together.
Yeah.
Put together.
Yeah.
You just like, you're it's basics. It's easy for men to dress simple and still look to put together. Like it doesn't take a lot. And I'm not saying like for my boys, I was always like, oh, with dressing them, it's not going to be as fun. I mean, it's like
your kids have great style.
But yeah, it's like a cute tee, max, girls
until they choose their own things.
Until they choose their own shit. But I just mean girls are so like I feel like, okay, for me, it's like I could dress like I'm going to a salsa party one night and then the next street, no, like, like I'll wear a florally dress and it'll be like, let's go. Yeah. And then I'll be like street and I'll be like in a baggy cargo pants. And it's not like guys have the opportunity to switch up their looks that much. Like Ryan's not going from this to, I don't actually know, maybe
like a checkered sweatsuit.
Well, maybe vacation Ryan would.
Well, yeah, we are going on vacation in June, so we are starting the vacation shopping, and it's just Sarah throwing out pieces at me, being like, "Is this like too much?" And I'm like, I don't know.
Would you do like a floral button shirt?
I'd have to go try it on. I have such like a weird body. Like I'm not very tall, but like I'm a very thick individual, so it's like
that's a compliment for a girl. Sometimes when someone called me thick, I was about to go ham, and they're like, "No, that's a good thing." I'm like, "Oh, thanks."
It's strong.
No, ew. See, that's what I like. Thick is just it. No, thick is like you look good. Like you got meat on your bones. You look good. Like you're thick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
feel like lots of guys like thick girls.
See, I would have said curvy versus thick.
No, I know, but it's just funny.
Yeah. Okay, so Ryan's got his vacation wardrobe planned.
I think I could help with this too. I'm into that.
Yeah.
Vacation, Ryan. I could see you. Okay, this is where I could see you. I feel like, first of all, this is a very underrated men's brand that one of my brothers was wearing it on the trip, and I've seen a few people have it. Nice fabrics. It's Talentless, which is
I've had a Talentless sweater, and
thoughts?
And the hood was a little stiff.
Hoods are hard sometimes. I find hoods can be a lot. They can be overwhelming.
Are you picky about specific? Like
I'm so picky about how clothing feels on me. Like I haven't worn a pair of jeans since 2013. Like I literally cannot wear jeans. I put them on, I freak out. I look in the mirror, start crying. Like it just.
Sorry, is that since COVID? Because I feel like jeans triggered a lot of people during COVID.
I was 18 years old the last time I wore a pair of jeans.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I guess you wear a lot of the kind of like Zane robe style pants.
I just wear joggers every day.
Yeah.
Right. And when you go away on vacation, do you blow dry your hair?
Well, right now it's too long, but yeah, it's
too long to blow dry. It would take too
usually
long.
I'll keep it Like, I don't mind having it down and having it really long, but right now it's too long. But if it's cut right, then Sarah will do the whole.
Oh, she'll blow dry it. Like round brush it.
Yeah, she'll do the whole thing.
That's so nice. That's the cutest.
It's so fun. Imagine being on vacation and styling like your partner's hair.
That's all. Sarah like cuts my hair. Like
she is a woman of many talents.
Yeah. She is incredible. What could she not do?
Yeah, no, she's the best.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that sounds like fun. It's always fun. You know what? I feel like getting ready for the vacation is part of the fun.
Yeah, totally. Well, especially when it's like, somewhere hot, somewhere I haven't been before.
Like organizing, getting a few new pieces. Yep. Although I do feel like as a woman, maybe this is just for us.
Yeah.
There's a lot of prep. There's a lot of prep.
That's just because we've gone to that level. Most people don't do as much prep as we do.
You don't think so? But you're going somewhere warm, spray tan. Maybe not everybody, but a lot of people like a little glow.
Yeah.
Right? Wax or laser.
Yeah. Nails.
Manicure, pedicure.
Yeah. Hair situation.
I know this sounds excessive, but I do feel like when most people are going somewhere warm,
they get those things, basics.
They want to look good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's an interesting showing up on a vacation like you've been there for 5 days. Like everyone's like, oh, so like, I don't get it. Like we'll be on the airplane. Everyone's like, how do you look like that already? I'm like, you show up looking pasty.
Yeah, I would rather be orange than pasty.
Yeah, I'd rather definitely just hide that cellulite and looking, a little
looking
bronzed.
fresh.
Like you don't want to put on that bathing suit and see your veins.
Yeah, I did have a parent-teacher interview though. Like when we got spray tan by Dara, who is the best.
Oh my God, you went before you showered.
So I had booked a parent-teacher interview, and I literally was like, I totally forgot that I had it. And when you get that initial tan,
amateur move right there.
You are very dark. And you can't camera off for a parent-teacher interview. And I was sitting next to Benji, and actually I think the kids were in it. Right. So I think I was with Zach, who's like Snow White. I was
a
throw on
a hat.
Race. I was not my normal color.
You can't socialize with people in between those. I do that tan right before bed. Yeah. Mess up my sheets, but it does come off. Wake up.
Yeah.
I once saw my kids with that on my face. They I've never seen Wesley scream so high in his life.
They're like, what's wrong with you? Well, that's like when I get Morpheus. So I've done like 2 treatments, and it's like micro needling. You get like crazy red. I mean, it's like a sunburn. It's like not a normal look. So I just try to like hide in my house all day, but like sometimes I'll have to like pop out or do something. I remember the last time I was leaving, I for sure saw someone at Andrea's office who was like, that's Ren. And I was just like, oh God. Because you just look like.
You should need a baseball hat in your bag.
Yeah, I've got a baseball hat, but you just don't look, I don't know. You look crazy.
You look crazy. But okay, you're coming out of someone's office where you clearly got a crazy treatment
procedure.
done.
Yeah.
And also on something that I just am trying to be more about. It's just like, who gives a shit? You think anyone cares? They're going in thinking, oh my God, am I going to get like shit that's going to make me look good or ugly? Like you just think they're looking at your like red dots.
I know. I think we talked about this last time. No one cares. No one cares.
Well, they might, but like for 3 seconds in, but it's not, I'm just saying it's like not off brand to see you coming out of that place. Yeah. You talk about it, you like it, you go there, and
it's not like I hide it. I'm very open about the things I do.
And you like it. So it's like, I feel like you should be like, oh, hey.
And you just did a little, you talk about it. You just did a little lip flip.
Oh, yeah. I like it, but I don't.
I can't drink. You were literally drooling the whole time I was with you on the weekend.
It's really nice. So it's worth it. I don't know
you can't sip out of a straw.
Yeah, I think it was peak frozenness over the weekend. It was like, I don't know why. It's hard to suck when you can't. Okay, so what a lip flip is for our YouTube watchers, it's where they I got filler once, a little bit in my lips like a while ago, like maybe 3 years ago. And it just wasn't for me. Like I couldn't take myself seriously. It really changed my face and it just made me feel fucked up. But lip flips are like they're supposed to be more natural, but instead of putting filler, they freeze it with Botox. So it's frozen. So what they do is they put the muscle up so that it just like sticks up a little bit more.
What if they go too far up and like your teeth or gums are exposed? Is that a possibility?
Well, and I don't think it's like filler where you can like
you can't dissolve it
out. Yeah. So you know what? I go somewhere I trust. And no one even noticed except when I drink water. They're like, why are you drooling? So like, maybe it's not worth it.
I feel like you put the straw like in your nose. You can't even sense your have like no nerves.
I don't think it's that bad, but let me know. Maybe I should stick to a coffee cup for a bit, please.
What else is going on? Oh, okay. I haven't. This is actually a question.
God. Okay.
It's not a deep question.
Well, it could
Okay.
be.
I have an upcoming appointment with my GP.
Let me guess. Oh, okay.
Okay. And
I have one today at 2.
I know you do because we have a shared calendar, and it's like,
ew, why is that so happening?
Is your GP a man?
A female.
Oh, it is a female.
My OB is a male.
Yeah, we have the same OB.
Oh, yeah.
I actually saw him the other day.
Oh, in
and
real
he didn't
life?
recognize me, and I was like,
Been too
4
long.
babies, and it was so funny seeing him. I loved him.
Arthur.
Did you? He was an old man, and I think
old man.
Well, he's an older man.
Yeah.
And I feel like, did you also have weird dreams about him?
Nope.
Oh, I thought
Nope.
we talked about that. Oh, you know who did? It was another friend.
Oh.
And we bonded over the weird dreams we had because he's so like loving.
Yeah, no, I don't put me in that category. Love the guy. Have a very nice relationship with him. I like see him when I'm out and we talk. So this is a you and a someone else talk. Arthur, we're good.
Anyways, it was I just loved him so much. So
What about Charlene?
Oh, I loved Charlene. Okay, so this, you have to, if you are expecting, it's not the OB you've got to get in with. You've got to get in with the secretary.
I know,
she
that
was
makes
the
sense.
gatekeeper. I'd be like, Charlene, can I get in? If you don't know her, you were waiting months before you could see him. You couldn't cancel. I literally would bring her. I told you had to bring her gifts. You had to schmooze Charlene, and she was a tough nut to crack.
I actually had a different strategy with Charlene.
What was that?
Because
were you equally as standoffish?
Yeah.
Oh, you gave it back to her,
Yep.
and she gave you appointments.
I played her on the game. Her moods were she would talk to someone on the phone and be having the time, and then go back to business and be
very serious. Yeah,
and like right in the room.
Yeah,
how's your day going? But if she says how's your day going, and then you get her going, oh, she would talk.
She would talk
to the kids at the school. I knew it all. But I didn't. One time I brought her a coffee because you told me to do that. And not that I'm not a nice person, but when like you're doing something, like you're following, like I just felt like.
You felt like she wasn't giving it back.
And it just didn't feel like me. It wasn't like my strategy, like bringing her a coffee. It's not that I don't do that for people, but in that situation, I had to hit her with the spice.
And how was she with appointments?
Right. Well, like what? You couldn't get an appointment, you mean?
I just felt like she would go above and beyond for me. Like
explain.
last minute appointments, switching appointments, just getting a hold. I just felt like I could tell.
VIP treatment.
Now, again, by the end of it, it was like 4 kids
you
in.
were literally there every day for 5 years straight.
I was there every day for 5 years. Yeah.
You just naturally were a VIP customer.
I was a VIP client of theirs.
Your vag had been, flexed it a lot in that office.
Yeah. Didn't love the scale in the main room.
That's just fucking torture.
That was so, Ryan, you would go in the room. There was a scale like right when you came in, and this was a small waiting room, and Charlene would be like, hey, nice to see you. Get on that scale, and you'd have to like shout out your weight in front of the whole waiting room. And I'm like, that's just wrong.
And then sometimes you'd be like, do you remember your starting weight? And you'd be like, oh, way to rub it in.
And then you try to go and whisper, and then you're like, well, I don't want people to feel like I'm uncomfortable. And then I would strip everything off because I'm like, well, I can't have my boots on, my coat. I would literally take every article of clothing.
Took off earrings.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. It's like, did you go in with all your clothes on, or like, you just you can't weigh yourself with stuff on?
Everything, which is also unfair. I'm like, you can't. First of all, get a pregnant woman to weigh themselves in the changing room.
I would lie.
She's like, Lanny, you're losing weight.
I fully would lie. If I had like chunky boots on, I'm like, no way, I'm giving her that.
Well, you take 5 pounds off of that for chunky boots.
Yeah, but I just, I did.
Oh, you did a little Renski. You rounded down.
A guesstimation. It was a guesstimation. You normally round up.
Yeah. Anyways, that is, okay. So this, I don't know how we got off this topic, but the question was, so I have this GP. She is amazing. I have a full checkup with her. Now, the issue is that in the last time I've seen her, I hope she might listen to this podcast, and this is nothing against her. So our daughters have become friendly at gymnastics. Yes. And we chit chat quite a bit now. I wouldn't say she's like a friend, but she is
friendly.
Like we have now a really nice rapport. We don't go out on the weekends. We don't see each other as couples. We have a lovely rapport.
I'm so excited. Keep on going.
So at what point
Yes.
does this friendship scale tip for a pap? Like, is this still, you're doing a full physical, I can talk to you about very personal things now that
This makes it more comfortable.
you think?
Yeah.
I actually feel like I am more uncomfortable now because she's going to see my vagina and then I'm going to see her at gymnastics.
For her, see, this is again, situation. You are one of a million. And you're probably looking in this. I mean, you also gave yourself a.
Yeah, you
12
rated
and
it
10.
pretty high.
I don't know why you're
a couple
acting all
months
embarrassed
ago.
right now because I just want to hold you accountable that you. What was the rating, Ryan?
I think you gave yourself a 10.
Yeah, I think you gave
Did I?
yourself a perfect
like I would've-
score.
I'm going to have to prep for this like I prep for vacation.
I keep on forgetting. I want to talk more quiet on the podcast.
Anyways, so
you
you would have no issue.
I honestly, okay, so like I love my GP. She's like, I want to like be her. She's cute. Her earrings are massive. It's just like so sweet and unassuming. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And she just makes
So
you
you
feel
have
so
no
comfortable.
problem
And
as
she means business. She's not like sweet. She looks sweet and but she's very much like, I just really feel comfortable with her. So all I'm saying is if it was someone like I knew, I felt comfortable talking about a lot with.
you don't care that there's a friendship outside of the full body.
No, I'm really close. I really love Kara, who does she goes right up there.
I guess that's kind of the same
That's
thing.
how I met her.
Actually, I would say she probably has a more intimate relationship with our nether regions than a GP would. Well, she does. Think about the holes, all the holes she goes into. A GP only goes into one hole. Kara goes into many.
Yeah, you know what though?
She does.
You know what? It's the feet stirrups. What are they called? Stirrups.
Feet stirrups.
What are those called?
Stirrups. That's some pronunciation.
Yeah,
Well, there was
the
one that we
lips.
actually had to cut because that was
Okay, the stirrups.
the
That's
stirrups. I don't think, are the stirrups still,
always there for.
they're still
I'm gonna
there.
Switch up my position again.
Did they still anchor your feet though? Or is it just the boards? They still yank your feet in there.
Yank your feet.
Like I'm just saying, I
Oh,
know there's
your
the
feet went
pads for your
in?
feet, but do you put stirrups on your feet still? I don't remember stirrups.
What are those things that sit there that you put your feet in?
So those are just like the foot pads, the foot rests, but I don't remember stirrups anymore.
That's what I meant. Like those, the feet up.
Feels a little, yeah.
Very clinical.
I
Anyways,
just, and then what do you talk about? Okay, so then this is the other question. They're going in there. What are you
I
talking?
talk about everything. I
Talk about the weather?
Talk about the kids. I talk about.
You make
my
a point
mental
of
health.
talking?
I have a lot to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
you
my-
don't stay silent.
My list today for my GP, woof, in my notes section.
You have so
Well,
I'm sorry,
going
wait a second.
through a lot.
Oh, but it's not like just conversation to make conversation.
Well,
you
we'll
have
start with, hey, how your day been? Not great. Okay, why? And then,
I feel like you're more prepared for your GP than you are for the podcast. I don't think you've ever come to the podcast with notes.
Well, I think it's kind of the same thing is what I'm saying, Laura. Oh, like, no, no, I don't.
You're like, I have talking points for my GP, but you never come
Well,
with.
because those are concerns.
Oh, I thought you were just saying you have a blanketed.
No,
list of
I'm talking about
points.
the second I land on mental health problems, we're going to have a lot to talk about. We'll get through a path. She'll probably make some suggestions.
Right. Okay.
I just feel like I have a lot to talk to her about today. I'm looking forward to it.
you hide your underwear.
I
Did you
fold them
see that-
underneath. I
you see-
fold them underneath my clothes, or I fold it underneath my pants.
I always found that an interesting thing. That thing that was going around because I'm the same. I can't have my undie. I mean, again, they look in you. I guarantee you, any woman
Yeah.
who's going to a GP
Yeah.
does not keep her underwear on top for all to see. She hides them.
Unless she's a classless bitch.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, someone
Yikes.
or like a
Good thing you're not a GP.
or someone that is bad hygiene. Like,
But what if they're clean underwear? Like, why do you hide your undies? Is it because you're scared of what's in there?
it's not scared. That's personal.
It's just
I think that's like it's different in like a bedroom where it's your private space and you can look at your underwear and you might be somewhere. This is like even if you're getting whacked or someone, to me, this is like a common space still. And I'm just like aware of like, it's just with that shit. I want to keep my shit organized and I don't know.
But why never? And what if it was a nice pair of clean underwear?
What, like lay it out like on the pocket of my jeans to be like, look, sniff around. I'll be over here on the table. Like, what's the point? It's not like Temptation
That's what
Island.
I'm saying. I just think it's interesting that people make a point of tucking their underwear in.
I think it's more that you're organizing your clothes because you're getting undressed.
But the last thing you take off is your underwear. So in the natural progression of things that you're putting, your underwear technically would be the last thing, and you could still
lay my clothes out on the bed for my pajamas.
Yeah. You lay your pajamas on the bed. What are you, a child?
On vacation, I like to do that.
Okay, because you wear the same ones.
Well, I've got 2, and I like to think about that before bed. I like having my stuff organized.
Right.
Okay. But
anyways, all right. Well, I hope my OB doesn't listen, or my GP doesn't listen to this, because I feel like that's just going to make it more awkward.
You're fine.
You know what I actually just booked is one of those Reiki crystal things.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're like me.
You know what? I feel like
not that I've ever done that. I had one crystal when I was going through a lot, and then it broke, and I got sad, and I had to go buy it again.
Oh God, I wonder what that means.
I know, it was like I like dropped it 1 second into having it. I'm like, it was rose quartz. I think it was like supposed to be like good for like self
like
healing and support.
You know where that actually just was we did Go Place, which is like that weird 24.
Did you like it?
Okay, so it's, I don't know, Ryan, if you've heard of this place. It's a 24-hour spa.
We should not be talking about this.
We went with couples for a birthday.
Okay, yeah.
Benji thought it was a different kind of spa. It's very interesting. You go, first of all, it was a converted Cineplex. So that's why it's so massive, because it was an old movie theater. And they give you an outfit. So you put on checkered shorts and a checkered blouse made of like the weirdest polyester material.
Uncomfortable. I told you that.
You look like you're in a mental institution because everyone around you is wearing the same outfit.
Like they don't encourage like bathing suits. I'm like, why?
Yeah, it's interesting. And the fact that it's 24 hours is, I'm also like, it's actually cheaper to go there for a night versus a hotel. That's the other thing I was thinking.
Sleeping on one of those
There
spots?
are areas in there where you like quiet areas where you can sleep. Anyways, the whole place is made up of these saunas, and there's like a crystal sauna. There's a salt sauna. They have robots going around serving bubble tea. You can get sushi. People do work.
Like sushi there was fire.
The sushi was incredible. The bubble tea I actually didn't have. Looked great. There's plunge pools. Anyways, I don't know. Oh, I think it just came up because of the crystal room.
Would you go back?
100%.
It's a nah for me.
You said you wouldn't go back. I actually want to go back with Manchester Jan. I think she'd have a riot there.
Honestly, it's an interesting place.
Yeah.
It was a secret, I think, up until recently, or maybe till you just told everyone.
I don't think
everyone was like, don't. No, this was like an OG thing that was like going around Forest Hill. That people were like, don't tell this to anyone. Like someone told me to not say anything. Like when we were active on Instagram, they're like, don't ever take Lanny there because then she'll say it on Annie and Ren, and then everyone will know.
Don't say anything about a 24-hour, 10,000 square foot spa that might get overcrowded.
No, I'm just saying. Back in the day, it was like. But once the people find out.
Once the things are out. I know. I felt like that with my alterationist. And I was actually like, because Gal is.
Damn.
Literally, I posted her once and everyone was like, oh my God, who is she? And I literally sent, I don't know, 100 people her contact. And I was like, Gala, I was like, are you so happy? She's like, honestly, can you stop sending me people? She's like, I'm working till 4 a.m. Like, she was actually not happy.
She's overworked.
It was too much. She liked her clientele. She was busy enough. I think she works for a store.
Stop sharing all your secrets on the pod, because then people get inundated. It's not good for the supply and demand chain. You're fucking it all up.
I know. It's a slippery slope. I feel like that with Kara, with Saru. It's like
so zipit.com.
I know. I feel like there's some people. It's like you just can't share. You just can't share. But we like.
Or
sharing.
you do, and then you stop when she starts to
Once they start to get busy.
Well, you want a spot there still.
I thought I was
correct?
doing Gala solid, and she was pissed.
Yeah, she was like, that's not helping me.
No, she's like, stop sending me people the contact information.
Well, and you also are one to like buy something and be like, I could do this. You're very much like, oh.
What do you mean, make it?
When you look at things, yeah. Like you'll like not get something because there's something wrong with it. You'll feel like I could fix it.
Like what?
Like on a dress, like you'd be like,
I see what you're saying with clothes.
You're very creative. You're like, I could cut that off. Or you're like, you're often, whereas like that's an immediate mental block for me. And I'm like,
yeah. Well, and we talked about, because we've got birthdays coming up, and you were like, where do you want to go? So I suggested I have to get the name of that place that shut down because everyone got a staph infection, but it's supposed to be
that's how you preface this. I'm like, let's go somewhere for your 40th. We'll go somewhere for a night. And she's like, it's all like the, what do people say? The rave. What?
The rave? It's all the rave.
It's all the rage. She's like, people are talking about it and then follows up with that. And I'm like, I don't want to go there. Immediately, no. Also.
But I feel like it's almost so clean. It's like, you know how they say like you go on a plane right after a crash? It's like I feel safe there because it's like they just
cleaned up the staph infection.
They just cleaned it up. It'd be rare if it happened a second time.
Is it a spa?
It's a spa. I think it's like with plunge pools, sauna. It's supposed to be gorgeous.
I'd love to see some pictures before. I'm planning it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the whole idea?
Yeah.
Send recommendations, but
Okay.
I'm not saying that's a yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I have to do a little bit more research.
Maybe go to Alora.
I went there with my mom. It's a little,
Boring, huh?
a little sleepy. Very pretty, but it's a little too sleepy.
There's always like TikToks, like, did you know this place was in Ontario or outside Toronto? And I'm like, I didn't know. And like, they'll be like the coolest natural parks or like these places. Like, am I talking weird? Am I talking weird? No.
No.
Just with my lip, it feels like I am. I'm not.
No. You look totally normal. Sound normal.
I do.
Yeah.
It's just a me thing. Okay.
Yeah.
But like they're like these insane falls in Hamilton that like growing up there literally
Niagara.
never went. No. Like in Hamilton, they're like the most beautiful things. And it's like I saw this thing and it looks like you're in Costa Rica.
Maybe we should go there.
But no, that's more like the adventures outside. Like that's not
Right.
so much
We
a
want to be more
combination.
relaxing.
Like
You know what,
Niagara Falls.
taking me to Niagara Falls. We'll go on the Maid of the Mists.
That's where I went for my bachelorette.
Oh, I remember that guy. That guy, didn't you hook up with one of your friends?
Sure did.
Yeah, there was
And then asked for a ride home and she said no. I'm like, that's so mean. She picked up the bachelor in the nude or whatever that then we invited to the bar. No, we actually just kept him because one of my friends couldn't get in because she was, remember?
No,
Which
I just
I
remember
was-
him. I actually think he slept over because he's like, I don't have anywhere to stay. I'm like, and I remember I just had a baby and I was pumping and one of my pumps broke and I was like, fuck this. And it was so painful.
And all us idiots are running around in the
All you
Man in the
childless,
nude,
insane
yeah.
ladies and that fucking one psycho stripper who's like homeless. who
yeah, he
slept with
definitely
us.
banged my friend and then she denied the ride the next day, which was just a very I kind of thought it was a boss move, but he forgot to take the bus and we're like, bye. Anyways, we're not going to go to Niagara.
We're not going to Niagara. We'll find somewhere fun. I don't know where we'll go.
I'll
I feel like
find
the problem with a lot of places is they're very small and romantic. I guess that doesn't matter. We could have a romantic.
If I got my own
vacation.
bed, yeah.
You never like sharing a bed with me.
Anyone other than someone I'm intimate with.
I sleep quietly, and it takes a lot to wake me up. You know me.
I just don't want to. I like my own bed. I don't want to touch someone else when I'm sleeping unless I'm trying to do something.
Okay, that's
fair.
fair.
I don't mind a cuddle, but when it's bedtime, it's bedtime. So
Yeah, that's fair.
I've perfected the art of like sleeping in another bed with somebody. Like when
Oh,
I'm
give me
sleeping-
somebody.
No, like because I used to go. I played on like a travel baseball team. We'd stay in a different hotel every night for like months at a time.
Oh, so you'd have to shack up
So
with different
yeah,
men.
so it's 4 guys in a room. So you're sleeping.
Oh,
Like my best friend played with me, so when we like shared a bed, it wasn't that bad. But like you'd sleep beside some like smelly dude.
Ooh. Are you head to toe or are
No, you have to share a queen bed. So I've just perfected the art of like completely
going.
sleeping on the edge, and you don't even know I'm there.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So your heads are and feet are aligned. You're not switching
Oh, no,
and
no, I don't want
turning.
somebody's-
that's
my
what I mean.
face.
Why would you ever want to be touched by someone?
Yeah.
Not
Sometimes I
against-
made a pillow barrier.
Oh yeah,
I was
Like,
gonna
where it's
say,
like,
yeah.
if I was really grossed out by the person, I'm like, I don't even want to. Like, no, I don't
You
want to
just don't.
look at
You don't even want to feel the energy.
Yeah, no. Ugh.
that is
Yeah,
way-
some people are gross to like share a bed with.
Yeah.
That
Well,
is
men,
a very
men,
intimate spot. It is a
Yeah.
very intimate place. You're supposed to be relaxing.
Yeah.
So much so that you're falling asleep. If you are touching another groin or foot or a hand,
Other groin to groin. I guess
Someone
your genitals
else?
are still lined up if you're flipped.
oh my God, it's actually a perfect position. Well,
Ryan,
it's
that good thing he doesn't have to do that anymore now that you've said that.
a good position.
All right, let's
Um,
wrap this up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's call it.
We'll call it. Okay, guys. Well, that's it. That's it from us.
This was the most all over the place conversation.
It was pretty random,
Yeah.
but that's how we like it. All right.
Bye.
Ciao.